Well, I'll do it myself. I'll just do it myself. I'm fine. Welcome, family. Sorry I'm so late today. I was running around, running some errands, and then got lost track of the time, which is a good thing to lose track of time because who wants to be a prisoner to time? Speaking of prisoner to time, I was watching a show earlier and it was throwing out a lot of deep stuff, right? Um, it was one of those old movies, black and white ones, well, in color, I would say, kinda. And they were talking about there was I think they called themselves the Partridge Family. I'm not sure. They were a singing family. They sing, and they had met a janitor that had this extraordinary talent. He played the guitar and sing, right? And he was talking about they wanted him to join them, perform with them. And he threw some deep wisdom out to them about how he loved singing. Okay, he loved singing, but there's a difference between loving what you do and then turning around and using it to make money. There's a big difference, a big difference, unfortunately. And he said business. He said he couldn't be that person having to go here and be here and there at such time. That becomes too much like a business. That was deep. It takes the fun out of things when you make it a business. And that's why I titled this Demand versus Organic. Because we can lose ourselves and become a people who are controlled. Well, we already are people that are controlled by money. By money. And we can see today in today's world what has happened to the people as we have allowed ourselves to be controlled by money. You see, a lot of us don't even we don't even do our talents, our gifts, or we don't focus on our gifts because in school we've been geared towards what job makes the most money and go work for this company because this company pays the most money instead of looking at numero uno self and knowing what your capabilities are beyond being motivated by money. Hey, Leonard, we should never allow ourselves to be motivated by money. Now, YouTube doesn't share my videos. My videos don't go out. You know, um, somehow I guess I'm shadow banned, or you know, I just have it tough here on YouTube. But I would like more subscribers. I would like more people. Um, but YouTube doesn't want our people to be knowledgeable. And there's a lot of information I have within me that it's my job to assimilate that information to the best of my abilities. And I don't have money uh, as an objective towards that goal, because that goal itself is more important to me than trying to raise or gain anything. Because what I would raise and what I would gain in the process of assimilating knowledge is my people that look like me loving themselves and allowing themselves to be less in harm's way and more in the grace of their own nature, you know, because your nature protects you. There's things that'll warn you. You know, we have so much protection. Uh-huh. Yeah, of course it smells like fish. We have so much protection over us. We just don't realize. A lot of us keep making the same mistakes. I, for one, keep making the same mistakes in my life. Putting yourselves in situations that we don't necessarily need to. Is that a man out there, Reva? Walking right there with the hat on? Right there in the water. Right there in the water walking. I can't see.
Blur in, zoom in more.
I can't zoom in with this one.
Yeah, look.
But we know that money has been used.
No, that's just the stuff.
And one thing I want to say is it takes away a lot from us as a people, because we never necessarily really, when you do the research back to us, we didn't, before, you know, you got to look at before the conquering started and all this stuff, because before we started mixing and mingling in our little places, um, you got to look at things like that. We didn't necessarily need that kind of system, because as we used that kind of system, it went, you can see the civilization went down and started decreasing and coming down in more of a lower place, needing that kind of system. It became in that lower place. And money is in high demand. But money doesn't stay in one's hands. You know, it doesn't stay in one's hands, and it's not dependable. It's not dependable because it's not something that we as a people who are biologically different than any other people on the planet has made ourselves, but it's something that we're under the guise of another people. We're not under our own, we're under some other people's way of life. So it becomes painfully excruciating. Well, it becomes painful because the fact that we don't control money. Money's controlled by the one percenters, right? By the 1%, the so-called elite. So what you're going to see is you're going to see a fall in us because that is not our nature to be of the money. It's not our nature to be of money or to need it or to make it or do this and that with it as such. This all could be traced back. And scientifically, it makes it a fact. When you look deep, 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 deep study, you will see this to be true. Because we had principles, we had things that are different than what is being seen today in today's world. So I hope y'all can hear me. Can you hear me? Because I know the ocean is sounding really beautiful. And I say this time and time again because we are in a construct that is constructed and controlled and manipulated and moved. I talked about a long time ago, people are moved here, moved there for a purpose. Everything's done as a form of, in the form of someone's agenda, someone's plan, someone's wicked, evil plan. You want to be my camera girl now?
What happened to the phone case?
Don't need a phone.
Bug. Who would have knew bugs could be out?
Okay. So,
Here, get your phone. I don't want it.
you don't want to do it? Go with it. Quit, Reba. Go do something with yourself. Oh, it was cut down. Just out doing my walking. But when we look at how, when we are, these are not houses, honey. When we are, when we measure, or not measure, but maybe compare, let's just say compare. There's a lot of ships out there. Well, at least two. And listen to me. But when we compare allowing society to organically work compared to working on demand upon a demand basis, you find people loving what they do, not, and they finding themselves, people finding themselves in what they do. And because when you're able to do your talent, which is a big part of your life, part of you, and you're happy with it, there's nothing like that. There's nothing like that. That is actually life, you know. But so many people are prevented from life within this society because banks have been put up, people, money has been put out, and a control as a control mechanism for people. No, there's a big old ocean right there.
No, that's got dirty dirt.
So when we look at America, what I see is I see a lot of missionaries, conniving missionaries. I see people who take advantage of countries like Haiti, and they throw money in the mix when Haiti has resources that if the people understood, some of the people understood what they were worth to America, to Europe, then they would probably see who their enemies were and why they needed to just do something different in their own land. I'm a firm believer in stand on the ground you're at and defend your turf, defend your home, defend your family, defend your people there, you know. But and it's a fight. It's a fight because there's people taking advantage. They've religion what religion I told y'all what religion did. Religion takes the man out of the house. Religion is a mental game. A religion is a mental game. This is not the black man's construct. This is the white man's construct. And he constructed of materialism, money, things that are demanded. Demand, not organic, not natural. Because if that was true, then why do our people feel like they have to go to Hollywood to be somebody? Can you be somebody where you at? I'm a firm believer. I know that I am somebody where I'm at. Regardless, I don't need people. I don't need numbers. I am, and so I believe that everyone is. Right where you are. You don't have to go to California. You don't have to go to. It's no special place to go, like the Caucasians will have you think. In their world, maybe, but in your world, it should be different. Remember, we're under someone else's world. And I don't get how you think you're in love with with someone who's a world apart from who you are. How does that happen? How does that happen? It happens psychologically because the emphasis has been we've been pulled down to a lower level beneath somebody. Then you're gonna look up, and that's what you're gonna look up to. You're gonna think that's you're gonna think that's the most glorious thing on the planet. It doesn't become. It's not really love. Because these things are temporary, unfortunately. The years go by, things change, things die. Things that were once pleasing to the eye certainly become unpleasing real quick. a car, a house, all of these things. So someone made people think that somehow that America was this great place full of money. When you got people who are planning their escape from their little towns that they were born and raised in within the United States of America. I talked about that song, The Fast Car. You got a fast car? That story told about poverty stricken people looking for a way with the pennies that they make at the local store, trying to find a better way out of the way that they've been handed. The way they've been handed. Huh? So our brothers here have to think critically and look at the world around them and see what they have been asleep allowing to happen on this planet to the babies that look like you and me. Because we have to do better, way better. We have to do way, way better than this for their sake, for the children. The water is looking good today, family. Stop allowing yourself to be controlled because that's what the agenda is about, control. If you don't know, you gotta learn and know. It's very important. This beautiful Saturday. It's most glorious, beautiful Saturday. I'm loving it so much, guys. It's just so gorgeous out here today. And I'm so happy that I'm able to share this with you guys. While I'm on my little walk. I need to. But I went to the gym the other day, but we don't need to get mad at each other or mad at our people because they think a certain way about being Americans. They think that you have money. Everybody, we all been in a delusional state where we think something is greater because, and it's made itself go because it made itself seem greater to us. We fell for the okey doke, the lies, the manipulation. Maybe we need to stop listening to things outside of us and being fooled by things outside of us and know the truth. The truth is, for me, is it's no different here than it is in Bahrain. That's our real truth. It's no different anywhere than it is here. That's the truth. Someone all our lives made us think that something is different and something is greater. But is there any such thing? What makes it? It's a construct. It's a game. It's control. It's so beautiful out here. Now I can feel a little bit of air, a little bit of wind. Mm. Doing little stretches. Reba, you gonna show me on the camera while I do my stretches?
You do
Please.
me. You want me to do something?
What do you want to do?
I'm not. That's not what I want to do. You hold me.
So selfish. This feels so relaxing, though. So relaxing. Ice cream, ice cream. There's a wind of change that is coming. There's a wind of change that is coming. But for our children's sake, because it's too many souls been tormented. Too many souls been tormented around here in the name of money, greed, selfishness, all of these things. So the wind of change, when it comes, those perpetrators of all the suffering of these souls will soon have their day of reckoning, because they can't see, because all they see is money, 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 greed, 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 and they don't see they don't see what okay.
No, we're going back over there. I'm gonna walk this the other way
It's we're already at the end.
over there. No, all the way over there.
On the thing, you wanna walk on the thing? Okay.
These birds are too far. Watch out.
I know.
They're all coming towards us.
I know they're coming towards us. Right. They get their food and they fly off.
But still, they like to
Yeah, YouTube keeps my channel hidden. We know that the light bearer is nothing but our truth. And that's what I would like people to recognize, that it's not Jesus, it's not Christ, it's not Muhammad, it's not anything outside of you. All of those things are elements of you. So when you hear light bearer, that is nothing more than your pineal gland. That's your knowledge holder. That's what you have within yourself. That's important for you to know this. It's very important for you to know this. Hi. Ooh,
Mama told us there.
yeah, we're going up there.
There's crabs. Crabs. You see crabs?
Mm-mm.
There's, I just saw one a lot.
Next month, we're going to start back visiting these
We did it last year.
heavily spirited houses in it, full of energy, the energy homes. We're going to visit the Harbor Home House, the Harbor House, I think it was, and the um, Mount Vernon, and then there's a few houses here and within the peninsula that we still need to look at, go visit. But for the most part, see this right here as well. When you look at the ocean, you look at the ocean by itself, nature, ain't that beautiful? And it also produces nice cool air, beautiful, nice cool air. I think you have to pay to get in, Reba. Yes, you do. Yep. Here, admission fees is $8 for each person. It's for the sightseeing. This is gorgeous.
The other one over there is free, Dad.
I know the other
Let's
one's
go
free.
to that one, free one. Let's go.
Okay, go. I'll follow.
Hey, Daddy's smart.
It's beautiful. There's no sidewalk over here, Reva. I guess we have to walk in the sand. I was trying to find a sidewalk.
Okay, here's one like this.
You might say, what do you expect us to do uh, against the money? It's not necessarily anything we have to do against the money. We just have to stop allowing ourselves to be controlled mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Once we do that, that is part of overcoming, and that's part of what this these people with this agenda fear the most is us waking up and finding that we don't necessarily need as a whole to be controlled by these things, by materialistic things that are here today, gone tomorrow. Be careful, Reba, of your step.
I know to be careful. One time to be careful.
I'm just saying. So my solution is simple. It's simple because The thing is, they're trying to control us through our emotions, our mental state, the same mentality that they have bestowed within us, they have put within us, the mental prison. I know, Reva. Ooh, wasn't that beautiful? Y'all got to see a real photography in real time. It wasn't a still picture either. Where you got your hair scarf on like that?
I can't have my hair cap on like that.
No, I mean it's hanging.
It can't hang. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, it does. Hi. Excuse us.
Why are you worried about what I have on?
Okay. Hold on. I'm back. Mm, mm. But the thing about it is, like I said, you have to protect your family, the children, everything with all your heart on this earth. You can't be falling for the um, lies and the trickery. You have to make, you have to construct a world for your people that is safe, one that you're willing to lay down your life for. That's what I plan on doing in my little world. That's my focus and my goal is one day owning land, 100 and something acres, and being able to make something beautiful, safe, and secure, and a place where people can freely, and we won't have to be, we can be independent, not dependent, organic, not demanded, naturally flow with nature. Ooh, there is bugs flying around here. Bugs everywhere. I guess that's a little stage. Like I said, many of our people, we rush to take our talents someplace. We take our talents to someplace and we end up getting used and abused. Instead of, what's the matter with, they made sure that we were divided and separated and hated each other and didn't like each other because of this jealousy and everything. But then it seems to me that the very people that gave us the Bible would turn it into a way where we could be a perfect people, wouldn't it? But somehow they have allowed the world to be the way it is, with or without the Bible. It doesn't matter. Um, and the fact that it's controlled, your talents and stuff are controlled, and the end game ends up making someone else rich off of your hard work, your years of hard work and dedication of going here, going there, performing. It drains you. You're already in a sinking low place. So when you lift up to what all that sinking low place has to offer, which is its sewage. And that's just the facts. That's just the facts of it all. We think we're in a high place. We're in about the lowest of the low, dependent upon money. And then we think God made it that way. Not the God I know. Not the God I know. God I know within me says something totally different. The God I know within me shows me something totally different than what this world around me says. I can't talk about all the atrocities I see, but all I know is it's all because of money and greed. And I know that it's not just our people, it's not just the men. We have to look and see that it's more to it than just that. It's a controlling hand that is pulling all strings within society. And the sooner we recognize that, the sooner we can start having those solutions, and not just having them as solutions anymore, but actually executing those things and moving forward without even having to think about it. It'll come organically, naturally. And that's what we're waiting for. We're waiting for ourselves. That's what we're waiting for. So with that said, family, true love, real peace, the higher self within, beautiful soul,